Welcome back to this week's week 35 market signals prepared by Career Angels. Market signals are, well, as the name says, signals that we interpret to understand if there are certain trends on the job market in Europe. In week 13 of this year, we have decided to track the number of published job ads on LinkedIn to see how companies react in the given countries to what's going on with COVID-19. Based on that, we have come up with two indices, index A and B, that you can now see on the slides. Last week, week 34, as you can, maybe as you remember, we had all red numbers. This week, when we look at least at the weekly comparison, week 34 to week 35, we finally have an increase, so the trend is upward. When we look at our numbers that we track, we also look at the weekly changes in Europe, divided into different regions. And you can already see on the slide here that the regions agree to disagree, and we had big drops in the number of published job ads for last week, and you can see that most have again see an increase, so that's good. When we look specifically at the European Union, after 7 stable weeks, we had a decrease last week, and this week a slight increase, which means that when we compare week 17 of this year with week 35, we have a slight increase of the number of published job ads in the European Union of 0.18%. Let's look at the winners of the week. The winner of the week is the Benelux region, that has an increase of plus 15.24%. When it comes to published job ads, when we look at the country, the comparison of week 15 to week 35, Bosnia and Herzegovina sees an increase of plus 157.58%, which is good, and it's the end of August, so even better. It already tells us that companies are getting ready to hire candidates starting probably October 1st or November 1st. Then, when we look at the Baltics as a region, so Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, we can see that those countries at the beginning, they agreed to disagree, and since week 31 approximately, they agreed to agree. They have become a more homogeneous region with decreases last week and increases in all of the countries this week. So again, positive. Same happened, or something similar happened in the Benelux countries, Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands. Again, at the beginning, they agreed to disagree, and now the job markets have synchronized. Since week 31, slight increase, big decrease for all countries, and again, this week we have a good increase. Then, looking at the losers of the week, looking at the entire period that we have been tracking, Southern Europe has again the worst results when compared to week 15, minus 35.60%. In other words, more than 1/3 of job ads have disappeared in the last 20 weeks in Southern Europe, which are Greece, Italy, Portugal, and Spain. And when we look at the weekly change, the loser of the week is Portugal in the country category. And they have lost from 1 week to another 23.04% in job ads, which is almost a fourth of job ads disappearing on LinkedIn for Portuguese candidates. Now, if you are a senior candidate who might need support in those uncertain times, feel free to get in touch with Career Angels. You can access the following services completely confidentially and free of charge. You can ask Career Angels for an objective CV report or a career consultation to, for example, discuss your current situation, your job search, your career plans, etc. Just send an email to bichl.sandra@careerangels.eu and add your CV and availability for a Skype call if it's a consultation that you want and need. Now, some of you might say that, well, it's the end of the summer, it's the end of August, is it really worth doing something, looking for something? We say that summer 2020 is kind of closed for traditional holidays. You can even see by the numbers we have an increase across the board, almost across the board, in terms of the number of job ads, which means companies are hiring. So definitely worth it. You can also check out our group called Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe. And on that group, we select and publish job ad gems that we find. For example, here TikTok in Poland is looking for a head of global business solutions, Central Europe. The Lego Group is looking for a government and public affairs director based in Denmark. And Ryanair is looking to hire a head of human resources Europe based in Austria, Vienna. So definitely for anybody who is internationally mobile, there are very interesting opportunities out there. If you want more, follow us. You can follow our company page called Career Angels on LinkedIn for daily updates, or our Market Signal showcase page where we post daily information on what's going on. And I highly recommend checking back on Saturday for the full report of week 35. Thank you very much for watching. See you next week.